What's approaching the supreme moment? Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead.
What's good? So it's been a while since I've done one of these Kaioken Mechanic or stacking effect videos, and shout out to Rodrigo for requesting this stacking video for Buddha. As you know, this unit does have the ability to massively raise attack as part of the Super TEQ with the Dokkan Awaken that occurred recently. So we're going to see how ridiculous things go, and similar to the past formats, it is going to start with the base right here. This is pretty much what you're going to expect to see realistically at the very beginning of the battle, and then over the progression of the video you will see how ridiculous things will actually get. The TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Youth Gohan that you see does have the ability to massively raise attack as well, but it's only limited to one turn. Now, the Ultimate Gohan also does have the ability for the stacking effect or Kaioken Mechanic. However, it's only raising attack, so it's much less than the effect that you'll see with the ability to massively raise attack, as you'll see with the Buddha unit. And over the progression of the video, like I said, you're going to see how ridiculous it's actually going to get. It's going to get to the point where she is performing or putting out attack potential stats much higher than Ultimate Gohan is, even though both of them do have the Kaioken Mechanic. So you'll see over the course of time how ridiculous the stacking effect with the massive attack increase actually applies. And again, I will say that this is under a very unrealistic setting. You're never going to see potentials like this that you will in the later part of the video in a realistic battle setting. The point being, this is just to test out how high the attack stack can actually get to. And this is based on super attacks continuously stacked upon each other after 50, 60, 70 times. You know what I mean? So again, this is a very unrealistic setting, but it's always interesting to see how the attack stat potentials will increase over time. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to expect to see this type of stuff in a realistic setting, but it's always fun to see this type of stuff happen, you know what I mean? So right now, I can't remember what it just said in terms of the attack stat potential, but the first couple were like, you know, the first couple of super attacks. However, you are going to see it skip around, so we're already at what, 1.17 million potential wise, and then, you know, obviously with the criticals and whatnot, it could potentially be higher. But I mean, you're looking at the other two units in the rotation, which I do need to mention that they were kept in the same rotation for the most part, to just be a little bit more consistent. That way you don't see as much fluctuations between you know, rotations after rotations. Now, the TEQ version provides a 30% increase to attack for all types, and then physical type provides 35% for all types toward attack. So just kind of keep things a little bit more consistent. You'll see rotations with this setup a lot more frequently. Now, you will also see Ultimate Gohan in the mix, just to kind of provide a perspective on, you know, how ridiculous Buddha's attack increase gets, because you'll be able to line it up together and you'll be able to see both of them putting out the Kaioken or stacking effect abilities. And it's a good way to compare the two units, and also a good way to compare just normal raising attack abilities versus the massively raised attack ability. So it's quite interesting, and you can see, I mean, the other two units, she's already at 1.8, and then the other two units are like around 100, you know, 145, 150,000. She's at 2,470,000, you know, roughly around that region. And yeah, it's already getting ridiculous, and you know, it's gonna get even crazier, just so you know. So it's definitely very interesting to see this type of stuff. And again, although this is very unrealistic, it's a lot of fun to see this type of stuff, you know what I mean? So that's the whole point of this. It's a experiment, really under kind of a unrealistic setting, but I think a lot of people have interest too in seeing, you know, the stacking ability and how high things can actually get to. It's about 3.5 million, and in the past videos I did keep track of how many turns have passed based on, you know, the super attack number and all that, but for this one I really didn't keep a spreadsheet. Just kind of, you know, let it go, I guess, in a little bit. It doesn't really, I guess, matter, just being detailed about it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to be getting to this level of stacking abilities. I mean, that's just not going to happen, you know what I mean? So this is more or less just to test things out, see how, you know, increased the attack potential actually gets. And you can see Ultimate Gohan is already a little bit less than Buddha is right now in terms of, you know, the potential attacks. She's hitting for 6 million with the crit, and this unit's at 2.7 million. So it's slowly building for this guy too. And I've done a test on this unit in the past as well, but you know, the unit itself is definitely gonna have the ability to hit harder, but over time, I mean, Buddha is basically just gonna surpass his level. I mean, that's just the bottom line how things go. I mean, it's kind of like you know, she's able to creep up eventually to the point where it's that the attack potential is far exceeding Gohan's potential. So it's just crazy seeing that middle number, and then you see the two units, you know, that have normal attacking potentials, you know, like 4.2 million additional attack, you know, and just seeing this stuff in general is just ridiculous. I mean, 8.3 million with the crit, never gonna happen in a normal situation, you know what I mean? So, but it kind of gives you a good perspective on how the stacking effect actually does apply over time. Now, its potential, it's very well possible to get the, you know, attack potential up to 99 million. However, it's not going to happen because even though it is technically infinite, it's a limitation or restriction of 99 turns. So, you know, if it was past and beyond that limit, then obviously you could go on forever. But it's limited to 99 turns. Plus, Rose doesn't have infinite health. You know, he doesn't have the ability to regenerate like Zamasu does. So that is another restriction within this criteria. You can certainly use the Broly event, Super Saiyan Broly, which does have much higher defense and all that good stuff, but at the same time, you're going to run into the same problem. With that one, Paragas is going to eventually get KO'd too, you know what I mean? So in this one, you actually you get to see like a realistic damage output against Zamasu versus Broly, where, you know, the defense is much higher. So even though both of them have similar formats, the number itself is going to be a lot less against Broly. So that's kind of why this is probably a better choice in terms of testing, you know, the Kaioken Mechanic and stacking abilities. So where are we at? Let's find out very quickly. 5.1 million potential-wise right now, and then 5.6. And Vegeta putting in work. You know, he's pretty much the one putting in all the work, and, you know, Buddha's, yeah, I mean, look at that. Additional attack, normal attack with the crit was about 10 million right there. So again, this is very unrealistic, but it, you know, it puts it in perspective how unreal things can get after you continuously stack the supers, you know, after another. So yeah, that is definitely the difference between turn-based restrictions for raising attack versus having the infinite loop of continuously being able to stack the attack over and over based on the super attack. So, you know, about 7.2 million there, 6.2 million potential again. Vegeta, I don't know what, you know, he's like, what the hell's going on? About 12 million there. And then Ultimate Gohan has about 3.8 million potential-wise. So, yeah, it's crazy to say the least. I mean, that's all you can say at this point. You've got TEQ Gohan, 127,000. Buddha is about 6 point something million, and then I can't even remember what Ultimate Gohan's was, but, you know, we'll be able to kind of see the both versions. You know, 12.5 million there. Additional attack kicks in, so obviously it's going to increase, massively raise attack again. Another, you know, close to 13 million there. And then Ultimate Gohan, let's see what he's looking at. About 4.3 million, which is still a very crazy amount, you know what I mean? So, shit's crazy. That's all you can say. Again, you're not gonna see this ever in a normal, you know, Dokkan event or whatever the case is, even Battle Road, when things can potentially take a lot longer. But This unit itself, you know, you could definitely, it's definitely a useful unit. You know what I mean? Like on Super Battle Road, you know, it's not just the massively raising attack ability. That's not where the biggest benefit is going to come from for this unit. It's the fact if you're running the Peppy Gals category stage on the Battle Road setting, you know, its ability to evade attacks based on, you know, allies that are within the Peppy Gals category. So she does have benefits outside of this. And we'll go ahead and test out the Dokkan mode attack with this unit against Rose with, you know, type advantage. Pretty much the HP level is pretty much annihilated at this point, so might as well use the Dokkan mode attack with her and see what kind of damage we're looking at. Hopefully a crit activates, and then Vegeta, you know, is like, what the hell happened? So yeah, 27.8 million is the attack, you know, damage output within this, you know, crazy amount of turns after massively raising attack every time. So again, this is the Kaioken Mechanic or stacking effect for the attack showcase for the TEQ Bulla unit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching.